Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Astrological Intentions. I am your host, Alex Reavy, along with the birthday girl, Sandy Reavy.
Woo-hoo, another year older.
So this is episode 34. It is Tuesday, March 19th, 2019. Again, happy birthday, Mom. Let's get straight into the transits. Mars trine Pluto.
Internal drive.
Mercury retrograde sextile Saturn.
Be sensible.
Sun ingress Aries, also spring equinox.
Happy spring.
Venus square Mars.
Sexual balance.
Venus sextile Jupiter.
Favorable finances.
Mercury retrograde conjunct Neptune.
Let's talk spirit.
Venus ingress Pisces.
Unconditional love.
We're going to skip on the talisman times this week since Sandy's birthday. There will be no work happening. Then on the horizon, we have March 22nd. We have a trip to Portland. We start the Bali retreat on April 15th, as well as the summer solstice bracelet workshop, and that is coming up June 3rd. We're going to finish this episode up with Sandy's solar return. What are her major return themes for the year? Mothering, career, creativity, and confidence. Take a listen to the end of the episode to figure out what Sandy's year is going to be like. Also, if you would like your solar return chart done, make sure to email and listen to the end of the podcast. Stay tuned for this episode of Astrological Intentions.
You got the keys. You got the keys. You got the keys. You got the keys.
Happy birthday, Mama.
Thank you, Alex. Another year older. And I'll take it. I deserve it.
Yes.
I like birthdays.
Of course.
I do.
And we also like to call them solar returns here on Astrological Intentions.
Yes. Thank you for my happy solar return. Yes. I've got my chart right here.
Yes. I'm so excited to get to it. However, let's first go direct.
Okay.
So going direct, Denise S., she is talking about the Constellation pre-reading, which the Constellation workshop is an incredible thing you should check out on our website. She said, spot on and awesome. Sandy was patient, concise, and gave me details that resonated with what is going on in my life at this time. I was amazed how spot on the reading was, and I'm looking forward to learning more about astrology and how it affects my future. Very excited about the next class.
Thank you, Denise. I know who you are. I loved working with you.
Yes.
Perfect. Thanks.
So let's get right into it because I'm so excited for your solar return. Happy birthday. And we're going to be talking about your solar return at the end.
Yes, we shall. It's interesting.
First, in the transits, March 20th, we have Mars trine Pluto, and this is all about internal drive.
We start the morning this way, and it's, Mars is the physical action, it's our movement, it's our motivation, trine easy energy to Pluto, which is the game changer. He's the reformer, the transformer. So make changes to reform your world. We had something like this last week. Know what you want to get, know what you want to go after, because you're going to gain much success, and through the success will come courage. So there's the movement toward transforming. I mean, these are two big players together. These are the, Mars and Pluto. They're both the rulers of Scorpio. So it's about transformational movement in a internal transformation, like a personal power.
And for me, the one thing that's coming through is that drum, the march, the going forward, because Pluto has a very deep, resonance. And then Mars kind of keeps the rhythm and is very, more focused on that soldiering on and keeping that focused
the march
space. So keep on drumming.
I like that.
Yeah. So the same day, we also have Mercury retrograde sextile Saturn.
So be sensible. There's a focus here. I know Mercury's still in retrograde. We have 8 more days of this, but, look up once in a while, because when we get the sextile, that's 60 degrees to Saturn, Saturn says, keep your head down, have mental control, get your tasks accomplished, do your due diligence, create that mental, using your brain and reading and writing and what it is you're on task for, raise your head once in a while. Take a deep breath. Look around. You want to be able to engage a little bit to the outside world, or your self-care, your food, your water intake, because this is a day where you're really going to be in really nice focus. So
to tie up all the loose ends.
Be sensible here. Stretch. Yeah, you can still get the job done. And then by 4:59 p.m., the sun moves into Aries, and we call that
Happy birthday, Aries.
Happy birthday. And it's the spring equinox.
Right.
It's when we get the half day. Half of the 24-hour period is daylight. The other half is night. It's equi. It's the half day, half night. And so it's always the first day of the Zodiac calendar.
Right.
We work on a Zodiac calendar. So it's fresh, new, beginnings, initiative, movement, warm weather, at least beginning the warm weather.
And even the seed, because it has that little tiny seed. And I was even watching a video the other day of these very like time-lapsed versions of, you would watch these seeds.
Germination?
They would kind of crack through the seed, and then here comes that sprout, and it's bursting through the top of the soil. And that to me was just like, there is so much power there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this tiny little seed that has been dormant for so long, and then here it comes, boosh, and it just shoots straight up. And I mean, it's time lapse, so it's like, kind of exciting that all of these things are popping out.
happening in slow motion, but they're nevertheless, they are happening with the force that they will make. New grass, new robins, eggs are hatched. We're all planting our flowers around in the spring. So, it's the beginning of a new year.
Yes. And then a beautiful one at that.
I know. And it's the day after my birthday. And so Thursday, March 21st, we have the Venus. Now Venus is kind of clicking in for this week, and she is squaring the masculine Mars. Mm-hmm. This is at 3:07 a.m. So, in the middle of the night, and I've titled that Sexual Balance. So it's a square. So it means could be conflict, right? It means the male and the female are dancing. Are they on step? Are they in rhythm, or are they stepping on each other's feet? Or are they not even close enough to find that rhythm? And so it's a testing time.
Are they even willing to dance together?
Well, that's it's like, as I getting ready to mention, a testing time for all relationships. If you're getting along and you're in a groovy relationship that's happy and balanced, this is going to be a strong connection. It's going to be a driving force to, kind of come together.
Right.
If we're in a relationship that is in discord, then we have that impermeable way where we can't express ourselves correctly.
Right.
And so we don't know how to ask, or we don't know how to give. It's it's the feminine, the receivership, the male, the givership, and so there can be sexual tension. So you'll know this day. Maybe Wednesday, the 20th, the 21st. Are you getting along? Are you able to move in the rhythm, because that's an opposite dance, right?
Right. And even if somebody, if you're not in relationship, that's a really wonderful time of, are you in a sexual balance with yourself too? Because that totally reminds me of Dr. Laura Berman, of course, because she handed us
Dr. Laura.
She handed us this thick stack of all these, coupons. It's like 20% off for all of these sex toys. Did you see all of those?
Yeah, I have them all. Did anybody want one? I have about 100 of them. I can't use them all.
The coupons.
Oh, the coupons.
I thought you were saying that you have all of the sex toys. It's like, okay, Mom.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday. Yeah. Dr. Laura Berman's going to send you a big UPS box.
Care package.
Yeah.
Well, she did say she'd do that. But no, that's a good point, because actually I do have these coupon cards.
Yeah.
So actually we could say anybody that wants to reach out to intentionbeads.com or info, we can give them the code.
For sure.
Dr. Laura handed them to me, and I can just give you the code to get a 20% discount on her website.
Yes. All for that sexual balance. So then later that day, we have Venus sextile Jupiter.
So favorable finances. This is when the two benefics, the greater benefic Jupiter and the lesser benefic Venus, are in an alignment with a sextile. I'll definitely be doing a talisman this day. It's watch for new relationships that coming in. They're favored for developing a stronger relationship and friendship too. Money. When we can put Venus represents money, relationships, values, material possessions, and you put it in a sextile to Jupiter, and Jupiter just says, hey, let's give you more. Let's increase that. Let's give you, a favorable dose that, it could be money. Any legal matters go well. Friendships are very beneficial, but it's also a day to, rest, relax, go shopping, go to lunch, go to dinner, buy something for yourself that's not extravagant if you're unable to afford it, but take care of yourself that day. Have a facial.
That's a good idea. I might just do that. So
we found our new place for that. So.
Of course, yes.
But on Sunday the 24th, we get, Mercury still retrograde at this point, and it's conjoins the planet Neptune, which is the trident, which is the ruler of the sea, which is in Pisces. So
think a little bit of like Little Mermaid when you think about Neptune.
So when I wrote, let's talk spirit, it's almost like let's, sing a song, right? Let's get into a rhythm of a made up fantasy. So the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
I like that.
Or I think what would be really cool too is, do some research on some ancient wisdom, some like ancient storytelling, and how can those like fantastical stories resonate with you and your spiritual life, your spiritual side.
And because Mercury is still in the retrograde period, but yet Mercury is still Mercury, so it's about the communication, it's about expressing, whether this is writing or singing or listening, it's expressing your feelings to that are otherwise would be held underwater, which would be held maybe silent. That anything that's hard to express, this is an easy day to do that. So it's retrograde. So if there's something that you need to tell somebody or come to a reality check of doing it in that that peaceful, meditative, you're not hurting anyone's feelings, you're just allowing yours to escape and flow down the river banks because you really want to get your point across without a misunderstanding. Now that sounds like an oxymoron because not only is Mercury retrograde for misunderstandings,
right.
It's in Pisces, which is not all that clear,
right.
But it's conjunct the
Neptune,
ruler of
right.
Pisces. Yet when you're able to express what you feel, right? Because it's all about sensitivity, it's
right.
feelings, that does not get misunderstood.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But you have to express not what's in your head, what's in your heart. So that's on Sunday the 24th.
Right. And so then we have on the 26th, Venus is going to ingress Pisces.
So about 2:43 that afternoon, we get a feeling of unconditional love. This is romantic, creative visioning, artistry, healing, romance. I already said, I guess I want to say it twice. That Venus, the planet of love, beauty, money, value, desire,
right,
pleasantries, is moving into the sign of Pisces, where now she can be the dreamer.
Yeah,
right?
Beautiful.
Yeah, the mystic.
Yeah, and
it's where magic. It's where magic occurs.
Yeah.
So this will be a really nice day, and then she'll stay in this sign for a couple weeks. We'll track her when she moves into the leaves Pisces and goes into the hard,
Zips
raw.
up her like tight leather pleather bodysuit in
and
Aries.
goes into Aries.
She goes into the club. Yeah.
With her sword and her wand.
Right now she's got like feathers coming out of her hair and she's beating, her medicine, drum, and she's got, which
she's a mermaid maybe.
Oh yeah, she could be a mermaid. I like that better. Yes. So Venus also rules the fourth chakra, which is the heart too. So here, and also Pisces, the healing waters of Pisces and that, Neptunian world, this would also be a really wonderful time of, self-healing of a heart. If your heart was broken or, you still have strings that are attached to someone that you don't, see valuable.
That's beautiful.
That would be a
said.
good time to wash. Let those rivers wash you clean.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
So then I'm going to be skipping talisman times because we're not going to talk about work because it's your birthday. We're skipping talisman times.
Oh, thank you. But it is my middle name.
It is your middle name, and you get 1 year or 1 day every year. So on the horizon, we have our Hay House Live is coming up next weekend, Portland, Oregon. Also, there's still tickets available if you all want to come and join us. Portland, I've never been, but I've heard great things. And there's a little place called Voodoo Donuts that I think that we have to go to.
Donuts?
Yes. Yes, as our producer is wearing a donut hat right now. I wish you could all see it.
He's got thumbs up. He wants a box.
And there's sprinkles on it as well. So it's perfect. So then let's see. Of course, we're heading out to Bali and our registration is closed. So we have all of our peeps and we are so excited to get on the road.
Start a packing. And not pack much.
Right, not pack much. You'll probably bring back more. Also, on June 3rd, we have our Summer Solstice Constellation Bracelet Workshop starting. And so, I mean, you've heard us talk about this before. And even, the Going Direct, the Denise S. was talking about the constellation pre-reading because you give an hour long.
At least it could be an hour and a half of going through all of the 12 transits that we will be discussing over a period of time. I mean, the current one we're in now lasts only 3 weeks, but one of the constellation workshops lasted 2 months. Which because there was holidays in there and we were gone for a retreat, but we're finding 12 transits that we're going to get the energy and embed it into a talisman. And it's one bead that fits an entire bracelet that has 12 intentions versus the intention bracelet everyone knows is, the 12 or 13 beads that all have the same intention.
Yeah.
So this is a new program that we started a year ago.
Yeah, and people get to actively co-create with it. And I think it's been really transformational for everybody. I do have a link that if you head to intentionbeads.com/ and this might be longer for some of you, but constellation-bracelet-workshop. So it's also in the description. All you need to do is click.
Thank you.
So click below. And so basically, I'm going to be giving you some feedback that we received from some of our people who attended the Constellation Workshop. It gives you the dates. It gives you everything. We would love to have you on that June 3rd. This is the summer solstice. This is going to be a really wonderful time of exploration. So that's pretty much what's on the horizon as of right now. We will be giving you some more dates once we're back from Bali. However, let's get into our house because it is your birthday.
My birthday. I love my birthday. It's the very last day of the Zodiac year.
Right.
And I always claim that as like cool as hell.
Because it is cool as hell.
And then the more and more I, especially learning and having a mentor in astrology and having all my beautiful astrology friends that are astrologers, that, it's a really, everyone's birthday is special.
Absolutely.
However, the fact that you could be born on the very last day.
Birthday
but my birthday is the most special.
Okay.
Not trying to be sarcastic there.
Okay.
However, because it's where the energy is dumping, is considered the bottom of the barrel. It's the fish, the bottom feeders.
And also if you think of like the life cycle and that like cycle of the zodiac itself, where Aries is like the initiator, they're wanting to like, start and go, that, and circle all the way back around to Pisces, that's the end of the year. That's the wisdom. That's the, kind of like more of the end of life part of the life cycle. So before that energy then, is then transformed into the next dimension, you're kind of like swooping up and catching these energies before they leave our dimension.
Well said.
Cool.
Thank you. Yeah, that's why one of the reasons why I have this. One of the things in my chart that is the alchemical changer, right? So
I also want to get an idea of what your solar return year is going to be like. So I want to give everyone that's listening a little synopsis of what a solar return is. And if you haven't caught on yet, a solar return is your birthday. However, it doesn't always match up exactly with your birth date, especially if you are born early in the morning or late at night, because that time frame can change a little bit because our Gregorian calendar is a little bit different from the cosmic calendar. So this is your cosmic calendar, like moment to shine and to reset that energy for the year.
To rebirth. It's
right.
You want to use your essence, your energy as coming into the world again.
Right.
And that solar return time literally is when the sun, solar, returns to the exact same degree and minute that it was when you took your first breath. And it rarely, I've never seen it, that it comes in at exactly the time you were born.
Right. Okay. So, and first, before we get to your solar return chart, I want to offer up the possibility for our podcast listeners to come on our podcast next week and let's get your solar return chart figured out, where Sandy will do, a quick reading of the major themes, because we have on our website, we have this option where you can get the major themes of the year for your solar return, and it's all printed out, it's all emailed to you, and we even give you this little mini ceremony that you can do for yourself for this welcoming in this brand new essence of you for this birthday. Because we all, we're standing there, in front of the cake and everyone's singing happy birthday. And, sometimes it's like, oh, shoot. What do I wish for? What do I wish for? So this is about like really getting clear on what we want, what's going to be coming up and how can we set our intention for this wonderful year that's approaching. So how are we going to set an intention for your year?
Well, I don't have my intention, but I do have the exact solar return time is 10:07 p.m. I will be in Evanston, Illinois. I'll be home. And 10:07 is, so right around 10 o'clock, I'll go into my little special area where I will light some candles, burn some incense, play some music, and really sit in and maybe write, go over my chart as I would, anticipating a particular moment that I get to breathe this energy in for the year. And so literally I've instructed people to, at that exact moment, stretch, yawn. Your body's doing it anyway. So aid it, help it, move it, sneeze, cough, deep breaths, anything that represents a birth.
Yeah, rebirthing. Yeah.
Coming out of the womb and, being chilly.
Or being naked. You could be naked for this ceremony.
Right. Well, remember the one time I was in Bali?
I did not see it, but yes, you let me in on that one too.
Right before I did it, I was like, don't anybody come out here. And then the lights went out and everybody came out to turn on
I forgot about that. Well, Bali is very well known for power outages.
Right at my solar return. But, so at 10:07, I'll kind of conduct this ritual and act as if I'm coming into the world again with fresh eyes, a newness, a new breath. I might curl up into a ball. I might get very sleepy. I might get very wide awake. It's just allowing your rebirth.
Yeah.
And, I mean, obviously my sun will be in Pisces at the same exact degree. This gives me a moon in Virgo.
Interesting.
So having more of an emotional, critical eye on things where, that I'm going to want things in specific ways. My emotional will be all around, service to others, health orientation, my daily routine, and it's in the 10th house. And so this 10th house is the house of career.
Oh, interesting.
So maybe it's the fact that I'm using this in service to help others, recognize what they can do for them because it's my career. So I will be drawing people to me because I could be like the effective mother, right? The communicative, the detailed mother. I have the sun transiting through the 5th house. We know the sun rules a natural chart, rules the 5th house.
Right.
This is about creativity. This is about confidence, about being proud, little risk taking. It's about lovers. It's about, showing up.
Yeah, being proud. Having that.
It's all, 5th house is also can be like the actress, where one is acting out in order to be seen. So I'll want a lot of adoration this year, apparently.
Woohoo! Yay! Happy birthday!
I have Jupiter in the 2nd house. Jupiter is the expander. It's the favorable gifts, and 2nd house is money. So I would look forward to having, and it's not a retrograde, so I'm thinking that it'll be a year of increased income. The 3rd house is has that Saturn Pluto in the 3rd house. So 3rd house is siblings. So maybe this year I get a little bit closer to my 3 siblings because Saturn and Pluto. I don't know if that would mean like there's one of us is going through a transformation. Saturn could be restrictive. So that could be in my neighborhood. It could be in my siblings. It could really be in my communication. But this also, if it's communication, it's how I could teach transformational success stories because it's also in Capricorn.
Yeah.
In the 3rd house. So maybe, I know last year I had a really big teaching theme in my solar return, which is why we pushed and taught the Wanderlust festivals.
Right.
I did 2 classes a day and taught moon sign. So to keep in on that, mentoring, teaching, and being excited about it. But I'll have to kind of act up a little bit in order to get people's attention. My rising sign is Scorpio. Now, when I saw this, I did this a month or so ago, and I'm like, Scorpio rising, okay. That's intense. Where is Mars in the chart? Oh, 7th house, relationships. Is this a year of relationships for me? Of intensities and, finding the right one. We shall see. It's also when I look for Pluto, the other ruler of Scorpio, is in the 3rd house. And this is an exact trine.
Wow. Nice.
So this rising sign of the 2 rulers, traditional and modern, are in a really blended triangle to each other about relationships and communication. So, I would look forward to communicating with a partner. Maybe I'm pulling in a business partner,
right?
That's in commerce for sales, and that might happen. We just ran into somebody at the International Women's Summit. That's a big possibility that would set us off in a trajectory that we would partner up with.
Right.
So it could be that, or it could be an intimate relationship.
Interesting.
And it could be that.
That sounds like an awesome year. So you got the mothering career, the creativity and confidence, increased income, mentoring, and intensity in relationships.
Yeah, the Venus is also in the 7th house of love and committed love because it's in Taurus.
I like that. That sounds wonderful.
My 10th house is ruled by Leo, and that where it puts my ascendant, my Jupiter and Pluto. So really it's going to be a big year for relationships for me, intimate relationships and business contacts. Are you ready for a big year?
Oh yeah, I'm ready for a big year.
It's going to be an intense
Let's go
year.
big.
I best have Saturn will be in my first house. I best really be well rested.
That sounds like a good plan. So also, all of our listeners, if you would like your solar return chart done on the podcast next week, make sure to email me. That is info, I-N-F-O, at intentionbeads.com with the subject podcast reading. Now, we're looking for people that have a birthday in March or April, and we would love to have you come on the show. So give us a quick email. And even if you have a friend whose birthday falls in those dates, we'd love to have them on as well. So you can ask on behalf of them. So again, thanks for listening. We love you guys. Please send us a review, some feedback, tell a friend, and of course, keep in touch with us on Instagram, intention_beads, as well as our Facebook page, facebook.com/intentionbeads. And feel free to reach out anytime. We love and we miss you guys.
Thank you for the birthday wishes.